Comic book continuity is always changing. One minute you think you know a character's history, the next, everything's changed from Crisis or something. But even though there are official continuities out there, some fans have their own little headcanon about how things would work. Hey, I'm Lewis, aka Spider-Man 1991, and today I'm going to give you my Batman chronological timeline. Now, the idea for this video came from one of my favorite podcasts, Geek History Lesson, where for one episode, the two hosts, Jason and Ashley, each thought of their own Batman timelines and how basically they thought the Batman universe works out in their own particular way. There weren't really a set of rules to go along with this. The only caveat was just that you had to end your timeline with the moment Batman proposes to Catwoman, because at the time the episode was released, that was the most recent issue of Batman. So I basically liked that idea behind the episode, and I spent some time working on my own little Batman timeline. So I'm gonna get started, and also I do have some ages for particular characters just to give you kind of a reference point for them. Alright, before Batman, Thomas and Martha Wayne are murdered in front of their son, Bruce, who's only 8 years old. At age 18, Bruce Wayne leaves Gotham City to study abroad. At age 25, Bruce Wayne returns to Gotham after traveling the world, learning a ton of different skills, just as Jim Gordon transfers to the Gotham City Police Department, and this begins the first year of Batman. During Batman's first year, he tracks down the criminal Red Hood to the Ace Chemicals plant, and while trying to capture the criminal, Red Hood falls into a vat of chemicals, never to be seen again. But however, a few months ago, a new criminal appears, and his name is the Joker. Now we enter year 2. Batman, Jim Gordon, and Harvey Dent form an alliance to find the Holiday Killer. However, during their investigation, Harvey Dent ends up getting scarred in the face and becomes the criminal known as Two-Face. Later that year, a gang war between the Joker and the Riddler occurs, nearly destroying all of Gotham. Year 3. Dick Grayson's parents are killed because of a sabotage trapeze act. Bruce Wayne adopts young Dick at age 12 and trains him to become Robin. Eventually, Batman meets the hero of Metropolis, Superman. And during this time, this is where we get most of the Silver Age stories from Batman comics. Year 4, Batman and Superman meet Wonder Woman. And the following year, year 5, Batman helps found the Justice League. Meanwhile in Gotham, Barbara Gordon at age 16 becomes Batgirl. During year 6, a lot of the stories from the Silver Age still continue, but Robin, Dick Grayson, forms the Teen Titans with Wonder Girl, Kid Flash, Aqualad, and Speedy. In year 7, Batman meets Ra's al Ghul and his daughter Talia. Also, during this time, Batman participates in a psychological experiment run by Dr. Thomas Hurt in the tale known as Robin Dies at Dawn, which is referenced in the Batman R.I.P. arc, which we'll get into a little bit later. The next year, year 8, the Joker returns to his serial killer ways in the tale known as Joker's Five-Way Revenge. Also during this time, the first incarnation of the Teen Titans disbands. For year 9, Dick Grayson turns 18 and enrolls in Hudson University. With Dick Grayson gone, Batman and Alfred decide to leave Wayne Manor for a bit so that they can go to live in the Wayne Foundation penthouse in the heart of Gotham City, so Bruce could have a more of a central role in crime fighting. However, the following year, Dick Grayson helps form a new Teen Titans team and splits his time between Gotham City and New York City, which is where the Titans are based. Eventually, though, Batman gives Dick an ultimatum. He has to return to Gotham City full-time or give up the Robin mantle. Dick chooses the latter and becomes the hero Nightwing. In year 11, Batman meets Jason Todd, who's age 13, and trains him to be the second Robin. During this time, Batman and Alfred also decide to move back to Wayne Manor. At an unknown point during this year, Talia becomes pregnant with Batman's child. And the following year, year 12, Barbara Gordon at age 23 retires as Batgirl. Year 13, Jason becomes more violent and unstable during his time as Robin. Batman first notices this when Jason supposedly lets a drug lord fall to his death. The following year would be the hardest year of Batman's life. In year 14, the Joker shoots and paralyzes Barbara Gordon. Then, the Joker kills Jason Todd at age 16. During year 15, Dick Grayson is contacted by Tim Drake, a 13-year-old who's figured out that he was the original Robin in Bruce Wayne's Batman. And after helping Batman and Nightwing on a case, he starts to train to become the third Robin. However, unlike previous Robins, Batman puts Tim through a trial period where he mostly works behind the scenes at the Bat computer before any actual field work. At an unknown point during this year, Talia steals Jason Todd's body and resurrects him through a Lazarus pit. Barbara Gordon at age 26 becomes Oracle and joins Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad. Year 16, Batman meets Bane for the first time and gets his spine broken. In order to recover from his back injury, Bruce Wayne hands the Batmantle over to Jean-Paul Valley, aka Azrael. However, Azrael grows mentally unstable, so after Bruce recovers from his back injury, he immediately undergoes combat training in order to regain his former fighting status. Before Bruce can take on Azrael, though, Alfred Pennyworth resigns and does not return to Gotham with Bruce. Only through the combined efforts of Nightwing, Robin, and Batman, the team is able to stop Azrael. Shortly after Azrael's defeat, Dick Grayson goes to talk to Alfred and convinces him to return. However, before Bruce can come back as Batman for full time, he hands the mantle over to Dick Grayson while he pretty much prepares for the next steps of where he wants to go with Batman. Only a couple of other things happen during year 16. After returning the Batmantle over to Bruce, Nightwing decides to move to Bloodhaven, and Gotham City is hit by an earthquake. Year 17, No Man's Land occurs. That's the entirety of the 17th year. It's just pretty much no man's land. Year 18. Dr. Thomas Elliot returns to exact revenge on Bruce Wayne, and he does it under the masked identity of Hush. Also, during this year, Jack Drake discovers Tim's secret identity and this leads to Tim retiring and passing the Robin mantle to Stephanie Brown. However, Stephanie inadvertently starts a gang war and dies by the hands of Black Mask. However, it's later revealed that Dr. Leslie Thompson faked Stephanie's death in order to dissuade Bruce from using children in his mission. Her plan did not work. Year 19. Tim Drake's father, Jack Drake, dies during the Identity Crisis story arc, and this leads to Bruce Wayne legally adopting Tim Drake at age 17. Jason Todd, who is 20 due to the time he's been dead, returns to Gotham City as the Red Hood. After the events of Infinite Crisis, Bruce decides to retake his initial journey before he was Batman with his wards Dick Grayson and Tim Drake. Year 20 is basically the year without Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, known as 52. Year 21. Talia returns and introduces Bruce to their son, Damian Wayne, who is 10 years old at this point. Also, during this year, Thomas Hurt returns, remember him, huh? And attempts to drive Batman insane with the Black Glove organization. Also, shortly after the events of Batman R.I.P., Batman seemingly dies during his fight with Darkseid in the event known as Final Crisis. Now we enter year 22. Dick Grayson becomes the new Batman with Damian Wayne as his Robin. Tim Drake adopts the Red Robin costume and alias and goes on a quest to prove that Bruce Wayne is alive. Eventually, Bruce Wayne returns and sets up the organization Batman Incorporated. Now we enter year 23. Batman discovers the Court of Owl's existence. Barbara Gordon at age 34 regains the use of her legs and resumes her Batgirl activities. The Joker returns with his face cut off and tries to murder Batman's allies. Talia leads the Leviathan organization to destroy Batman Incorporated. Damian, at age 12, dies during the battle. And shortly after, Batman Inc. is disbanded. Ra's al Ghul attempts to revive Damian and Talia with the artifact known as the Chaos Shard. However, this catches the attention of Darkseid's army, who bring the shard and Damian's body back to Apokolips. Batman heads to Apokolips and retrieves Damian's body, and then is able to use the Chaos Shard to fully resurrect him. The Joker returns once again with an endgame that results in both Batman and the Joker being buried underground, and both are presumed dead. During this time, Commissioner Gordon becomes the new publicly sponsored Batman, while Bruce Wayne has amnesia and forgets all of his experiences as Batman. Eventually, Bruce Wayne recovers his memories and retakes the Batman mantle. Also during this year, Batman uses the new god Metron's Mobius chair. And when Batman sits on there, he discovers that there are 3 Jokers. Now we move into year 24. Batman encounters the superhumans Gotham and Gotham Girl. Also, Batman and Batwoman form a team of bat allies known as the Gotham Knights, and their initial team consists of Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown, Cassandra Cain, and Basile Carlo. During the team's first mission, Tim Drake, at age 22, seemingly dies. Batman kidnaps Psycho Pirate from Bane at Santa Prista, and while Psycho Pirate heals Gotham Girl, Batman does battle with Bane. At the resolution of the I Am Bane story arc, Batman, at age 49, according to this timeline, proposes to Catwoman. And that's basically where my timeline is right now. Well, that's it for my Batman timeline. In case you're wondering why I didn't add anything to it since, to be honest, I really hadn't thought of it for a while, and plus I figured the proposal was probably a good way for me to end it right here. If you want my timeline in a full printout version, I'll put a link to the Google Drive in the description below. Also, while you're in the description, check out the link to my Twitter feed and click it and follow me on Twitter if you want to stay up to date on when I post a new video. Or, you can just hit the subscribe and bell icon. That'll let you know through YouTube when I post a new video. So what do you guys think? Are there any things in my timeline that you think that I disagreed about? I did notice, though, that I forgot to include the introduction of Cassandra Cain as Batgirl, but I just assumed everyone would understand that it happened during No Man's Land. I apologize for that. Anything else you think I should have included, let me know in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for all my other awesome videos. Remember, subscribe, follow me, whatever. Later days.